All right. Here we go with another one, man. Y'all already know who it is. You know what I'm saying? It's Guess Who the Rapper, aka, I ain't gonna go into the whole spiel of the introduction, but what I want to get into right now is that I have to make a retraction. Yes. Yes. I have to make a retraction. I just recently did a video. All right, let's do the background story. I just recently did a video concerning Ringo's TV, Ringo TV's video concerning TD Jakes and all of these so-called prophetesses and prophets coming out and pronouncing and calling for this man's blood, saying that they got a vision or a dream or whatever from the Most High. Now, we have yet to wait to see if that prophecy comes across. But one prophetess in particular was in question and highly and strongly condemned by Ringo, right? Even though, as far as what the scandal with TD Jakes came out, that this girl said prior to, this prophetess said prior to, came out, and she said scandals will begin to come out. That actually came to pass, but not everything. The death didn't come to pass, and certain few other people that were supposed to die, right, is supposed to come to pass, and we are to wait. But he can, basically, him as well as my brothers, him and NUBREED, basically said that these people were false and they were very, very harsh in their verdict of TD Jakes, right? And the one in particular is dealing with the woman on the screen, and she goes by Celestial at the Master's Voice podcast on her page or whatever. And I just did a video giving a prophetic warning to Ringo concerning her when I was under the auspices that she was indeed a true prophet. She was not like Juanita Bynum. I know y'all have seen the video, and a lot of y'all have give me a lot of likes and a lot of views. I'm not a regular YouTuber, and I've got 1,700 and some odd views on this one particular video. And since I'm not a YouTuber, and when I do a video, I might get 100 and 200 views by the grace of God. You know what I mean? Channel is on struggle, because I'm not really a YouTuber. I do music. But when I came across this woman via Ringo TV, I went back and I listened to her, and it seems as if she was coming through with some hardcore evidence condemning the elite of this earth and their secret rituals and practices and things of that nature. And also, she also was giving us illustrations via her dreams and visions on the nature of God and how he hates sin, and he does, and hates sin, and how grace is running out, and things, and how if you commit sin, death is coming to your doorstep, and things of that nature, to where if you do anything wrong in these days and times, that's your behind. And I took to that. I took to that because the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom, and I mistook that for fear, and I was like, listen, whoa, I don't want to perish and go to hell. I want to go to the lake of fire. I better change. And it did. It changed me. It changed me. And I cannot deny that, because fear has, in particular with me, has a certain motivation. It's some certain. It has a certain motivation, and it is a motivator for me. And so it really internally changed me. And she was going into graphic content that I didn't really pay attention to until today, after I received all those likes um and viewership on my channel. I'm like, whoa, I didn't think I was gonna get that many, and I thought, and it's a blessing. But I'm just letting y'all know, I'm not really out for the numbers, and normally I'm skeptical of people with super duper big numbers. Now, throughout the video, y'all see me, I'm in the car and I shot the video, and because I was still under that feeling like, wait a minute, this woman is real, because what happened was the scandal did come out, just like she said. And I also know in the Bible, in the Old Testament, where it says uh, there are prophets that's going to say something that's going to come to reality, and it's going to come true. It's going to come to pass. But at the same time, it would lead you, and how you would know they are false, it would lead you to other gods. I'm going to get the scripture and all that tonight. This going to be a long one. Because I have to send a retraction, because Ringo went hard on her. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't think she's like Juanita Bynum and Joyce Meyer. And I went as far as to say she's not like that. Right? I went as far as to say she's not like that. And I suggested to Ringo and NUBREED that they do diligent research, because I only had listened to a few of her videos, and I was like, whoa, I better get it together. I don't want to commit it. I should have been like that anyway, but it was like she put the fear of God in me. I'm just going to keep it all the way I'm going to keep it all the way 100 and all the way real, man. I was terrified. I was like, it's time to, and besides, I think it was needed. That fire was needed for me to straighten me out and shake me up. And because she was so harsh with it, but I didn't see her clear. I didn't see the clear how this prophetess Celestial, has a lot of condemnation within her conversation. It really is. So here I am right now. Guess who acting in the position as a watchman? You know what I mean? Welcome to the house of conversation. You know what I mean? And glory be to God for the gloriness and giving us the gloriness of this game, and for the sacrifice of his son, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Father, for revealing all things and bringing all things to our remembrance via the Holy Spirit, and having the Holy Spirit guide us. Now, I did the video presumptuously, in my opinion, presumptuously, and the prophecy presumptuously, stating that, Ringo, listen, You need to beware of her, thinking, believing that she is an authentic representative of the Most High and a mouthpiece of the Most High. Now, and I was telling him that you need to be aware of her. And also went out to the limb and do something. And I'm not a prophet, but I uttered these words and I said, you know, you do diligent research concerning Celestial, concerning her. Do diligent research. Once you come to the knowledge of the truth, do a apology video, and it would be suffice for the Most High, and he'll receive your repentance. And then I also said, do it not, and the Most High will shut down his channels and have his wife and his 4 daughters walk away from him. I said this. Now, I'm not no prophet, but that was presumption due to the fact that I'm thinking she's a real prophet, and these are the kind of things that can happen to you if you go against a real, authentic, and really in it, prophetess or prophet of the Most High. You need to be aware of that. Why? Because what is it? Psalms 105:15. We're going to get it all. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. And that just came to my mind as far as what the judgment would be, like the shutting down of his channels, and the exodus his wife and his 4 daughters would make from him if he doesn't do that. Apologize to this particular prophetess. Man, presumption is real, and we are definitely in the end times, and these are the days of strong delusion, and it could fool even possibly the elect. So I have to be careful because I consider myself of the elect. And listen, I ain't bragging or nothing, but if you can get me, you can get God. You can get God, because the Most High has given me bountiful and abundance of grace and gift of discernment, right? Oh yes, he has, and he loves me, because even after I did that, so I'm sitting there chilling, about to get something to eat, and I'm looking at the views. Now at first I was like, yo, I can't believe I got this many views concerning Ringo and Celestial. I was like, man, I ain't ever got this many views talking about anything. And I don't know how. I'm about to get something to eat. I don't know how I came across this. But throughout the very first video, you'll see the video in the car. I might even play that. Matter of fact, I can play that, because we gonna be here. I'm in the car, just talking away, and and one of the things I kept on repeat, like a song at a number 1 hit song at the radio station, was, Ringo, you need to do diligent research. Ringo, you need to do diligent research. That was diligent research. You know what I mean? Research. That was the number 1 hit in my car the other night. You know what I'm saying? Diligent research. DR. Diligent research. You know what I mean? So until I'm about to eat, and I'm just scrolling, like I ain't even really checking anything out. And I clicked on I think I clicked on my video, and then it was just this one video that was, I think it was sitting next to mine, right? After I clicked mine, or you know how they have them suggesting videos or whatever. So it was one of them. And so I was like, yo, let me click on this. And I clicked on it because of the title. Now let me go. Let's just go right into it. Let's just kick the door down, and we go into my history. Let's go into the history. Come on. Let's go. Let me just show you how this all panned out, right? Let's go to the history. All right. You see I've been watching a little bit, right? See this right here, this is my video. Well, that's 29. Look at that, 1.7K, right? You see that? Now, I think I clicked on a Van Williams, then I clicked on her video called The Sodomy Ritual, Part 3, Hollywood, Beyonce Will Fall Judgments, right? And she's saying Beyonce gonna die. I was just listening to that. I was like, wait a minute, Beyonce gonna die and all that. And I was like, okay, I could hear that. But somehow this came up, this video. Beware of Sister Celestial and Carrie Ann Giddens. Bible, Jesus Christ, false teacher, hashtag this, that, right? Sister Celestial exposed, right? And I came across that one. I said, well, let me click on this and see what happens. So I'm going to take y'all through exactly what happened with me, right? Blow for blow. And why I'm doing this retraction. And repenting to the Most High if I've spoken for speaking presumptuously. And asking for forgiveness in front of y'all. The reason why I ain't showing my face and all that, because I don't have a haircut. I want to, I ain't that looking that presentable. I just got off work. But if need be, I'll come back and show my face, right? But let's go ahead and click this. So I'm about to get something to eat, and I see this video pop up with Carrie. Now let me tell you, I've seen Carrie Ann Giddens for years. I watch her videos sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes, right? So I watch it. Now check this out. Now I'm just scrolling now, but check this out. I'm gonna show you how all this unfolded. All right, let's go.
This is the first person that God ever spoke to me and said, rebuke this person. She is the only person who has a video that is dedicated to her on this channel. This person steals the words of true prophets. She takes prophetic words from multiple sources. She has definitely stolen many of the prophecies that the Lord has given me. She uses the Master's Voice blog like a magazine. She has even taken prophecies that the Lord has not yet given me to speak forth and put them in her video. And she has even taken prophecies that the Lord has not yet given me to speak forth. Prophecy from who? And then you say, I'm copying prophecy from who? From who? From who?
All right. Did y'all see that? Now, I clicked on that and I saw that and I was like, whoa. Now, let's go to the whoa moments. Where's that at? Hold up. Let's go to the whoa moment. Let me see.
She has even taken prophecies that the Lord has not yet given me to speak forth.
Did y'all hear that? let me go back. You hear it again. That was the whoa moment. Now I recognize her and I see her videos in passing, and I do know that she was out long before Celestial was out. And come to find out, she was out 3 years before she came out. I even mentioned in the first video that Celestial has only been out for 3 years on YouTube. This girl said that Carrie Ann, if that's who she's talking about, I'm only going by the video. She says Carrie Ann has spoken prophecies that the Lord has not yet even given to her. Let me let her say it. All right.
She is the only person who has a video that is dedicated to her on this channel. This person steals the words of true prophets. She takes prophetic words from multiple sources. She has definitely stolen many of the prophecies that the Lord has given me. She uses the Master's Voice blog like a magazine. She has even taken prophecies that the Lord has not yet given me to speak forth and put them in her video. And she has even taken prophecies that the Lord has not yet given me to speak forth.
Now, I know y'all heard that, right? Now look at I guess this was the name of her channel before, Celestial Revival, or whatever. Revival or whatever. Sounds like revival. But she said that she has even spoken of prophecies that the Lord didn't even give her permission to speak yet. How did she do that? How did she speak? How in the world? Say that again.
Voice blog like a magazine. She has even taken prophecies that the Lord has not yet given me to speak forth and put them in her video. And she has even taken prophecies that the Lord has not yet given me to speak forth.
All right. Now it just came to me, right? I think Celestial, I haven't been on the blog or whatever. She may be referring to her blog page. So she may be saying this, that Carrie Ann Gidding went on her blog page where she has her prophecies written down first. Written down. And then spoke and she has them written down and people can go over there and read them. But she may not have made a video about that particular blog or that prophecy that's written in her blog yet. So that's probably what she means by that. But before this, I didn't know what that meant. At first glance, you could think that, what do you mean? How does she get that information from you when you getting it directly from the Most High? What is she peeking in on you and you on the Most High's conversation and you're accusing her of doing that, or intercepting the prophecy that you're getting directly from the Most High, and somehow she was able to use some sort of spiritual magic or whatever to eavesdrop on what the Most High is giving you. That's what I thought until I thought about how Celestial has a blog page where she has her multiple all of her prophecies written down, and where people could go over there and read them. And some of them she hasn't made and translated them into audio and visual form yet. You know what I mean? But they're all in written form. She hasn't, in essence, she hasn't made a video yet. So I can understand that to a degree if that's what she's talking about. But it kind of woke me up that this was a little spat or whatever. So then let's move on. Then I go here. So I was like, okay, let me go here to hear what this lady who created this channel, Sister Celestial, exposed. So let's watch this.
I have to respond to Celestial videos because her channel is obscene. She is a woman that is looking for the most controversial things to say, the most startling and scandalous things to say. This woman obviously loves to talk about disgusting, explicit messages. And she calls people who do not speak this way false. She is of one of many people on YouTube who feel that they have a monopoly on God's message. God speaks to us all who are open and ready and available to hear his voice. The Master's Voice blog is a channel for the people who need to hear this woman speak constant garbage. And I call it that because she takes the opportunity to express herself in a way that is not edifying. All of this talk about male sex and child trafficking, sex trafficking, all of this we already know already. We already know that there's a proliferation of homosexuality in nations all around the world, not just in America. And so she treats it as though, because she is talking about it in a very explicit and graphic manner, that this is something explosive, new, and revealing. And
Wait, let me stop it there. Now, until I started watching this, what that one lady just said, yeah, I pretty much already knew what the powers that be and people of the elite of this earth and of these countries and in these powerful positions, what they are doing. It wasn't a revelation to me. It's really not a revelation to those who have been paying attention and who have the Most High has been revealing that which they do at the top to those of us who are on the bottom. The elect are informed of what the elite is doing supernaturally because the Most High is there revealing these things to us. But what she's complaining about is the graphic nature and the explicit language and the illustration and that is verbalized by Celestial, and it does come across as if it's brand new, like shocking news or news bulletin or news flash just in. But to be honest with you, we did already know. But it's just the graphic nature of it. It's like when we was watching in Gaza, what was going on in Gaza, and then even on the mainstream networks, you're not going to see the extremity of the reality of what's going on over there. But maybe on platforms like TikTok and Instagram and things like that, you'll see more explicit and graphic natured graphic images of the actual bombings and children being killed and things of that nature. Now but we knew they were bombing, but the graphic nature will do something to you, yes, but it was real. It wasn't no in secret conversation with the Most High revealing this stuff to you. Now, though it might have been revealed by the Most High via these platforms, but it was actually in real time where we don't have to. It's not exclusive to one person's interpretation or explanation and description. It's not exclusive to them. It was for everybody to see. Everybody can see it, you know? So I understand where is the edification within the information, because we know what they were doing. These been in conspiracy books. I've known about this for eons. So I was like, how did I even come across this lady or whatever? Who else? How else did I come across it? The Most High loves me, huh? And I got to keep it real. He wants me to be the watchman that I'm supposed to be and watch everything. All right. But she's correct. So let's go. About this new, like the graphic images or whatever, the graphic description that's being verbalized by Celestial. It does come across as if it's breaking news or just in, or when we've been known about it. It's not a revelation, but it is graphic. Let's go.
She is talking about it in a very explicit and graphic manner, that this is something explosive, new, and revealing.
Facts. It does come across like that. Like it's explosive. It's explicit and it is graphic. But I didn't hear some of this stuff that she was talking about. But I have to admit, some of the stuff she's talking about, I thought that it was a sneak peek review, or sneak, like the Most High snuck her into one of the the eyes wide shut meetings and gatherings and showed her exactly what was going on and how it was burdened him and heavy on him, and and how he was able to communicate. But there's certain parts of her content I didn't even get a chance to get to yet. Because guess what? When you put words out there, sometimes they might return to you in a Subway sandwich. You might have to eat the words that you put out there. And one of the records that I told you that was on repeat in my car the other night, talking about Ringo, yeah, it came back to me in a Jersey Mike sandwich called due diligence sandwich. You know what I mean? With mayonnaise and lettuce, tomatoes and onions and turkey, you know what I'm saying, and cheese. Yeah, this is our due diligence sandwich. I have to eat that. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, I felt different. But let her continue. Come on.
And in a way, she has sensationalized it by talking about it on her channel as though it is information that we can't live without.
True. That is a fact. That's a fact. Hey, man. I'm going to save that for a second because, wait a minute. Hey, man, look. It's like, it is sensationalized. It is entertaining. Now, I didn't take it that way at first, but it's entertaining. It's sensational. It's sensationalized. It's like, ooh, whoa. It has a whoa factor to it. This explicit info is very detailed. Come on, say that again, ma'am.
She has sensationalized it by talking about it on her channel as though it is information that we can't live without. Women, we know that we are to pray to God for everything. God is complete, whole, perfect, and holy. And so you speak as though there's no hope left in the world. And many people defend her and speak on her behalf as though, oh, she is speaking the truth. She's speaking things that we already know. She also has a very consistent way of copying Carrie Ann Giddens. She copies Carrie Ann Giddens Carrie Gideon talks about Obama, then she will talk about Obama. If Carrie Gideon talks about zombies, she will talk about zombies.
All right. Now, I'm going to go back, right? Because there's a few points that this lady has pointed out that I want to magnify. I want to highlight real quick. Let me go back. Then we're going to get to that. Hold on.
And
Like with the drip say, let's get to that. Let's get to that. Come on.
many people defend her and
Come on.
graphic manner that this is something explosive, new, and revealing. And in a way, she has sensationalized it by talking about it on her channel as though it is information that we can't live without. Women, we know that we are to pray to God for everything. God is complete, whole, perfect, and holy. And so you speak as though there's no hope left in the world.
Facts. Let me tell you, it does seem like that. Now watch this. The reason why I can accept it, I've been learning about the end times since I was about 5, 6, 7 years old. That's a fact. I've been learning about end time scenarios. I always studied the book of Revelation. My mother used to have the books called The Day the Dollar Dies, Satan's Angels Exposed, and 1,000 Points of Light. And even when I got older, I came across Behold the Pale Horse. I done been through all of that, so I'm familiar with it. And it does seem like there's no hope in this world. But the way she describes it, yeah, it does. Like, it didn't dawn on me how it related to the information that I already knew, but it did sensationalize it. And besides, she's a comely woman. At first, I was like, well, she's cute, or was she beautiful? She's a beautiful woman. She's not nice, you know what I mean, to behold. But that wasn't really what was going on. That wasn't why I was more attentive to her information. The reason why I was attentive to her information is because of the fear of committing sin, which is good. It's a good motivator. I'm not gonna lie about that, but that's what made me more so pay attention to her, because it struck fear. Like, look, it's time for you to get it together. You gonna walk this way or that way. No more straddling the fence stuff. That's what it was like. That's why I listened to her. But come on, let's go.
And many people defend her and speak on her behalf as though, oh, she is speaking the truth. She's speaking things that we already know.
Facts. I was one of them. See, it takes a man to come up here and admit when he's wrong, or when he's in error, or where he acted presumptuously. It takes a man to do that, and I'm such that man. I can come up here right on here one day, be like, listen, I defend her. I think she's a authentic prophet, whatever, and find out some more information. Come on here the next day and be like, wait a minute, I was wrong. This chick is false. She faked it in a $3 bill. You know what I'm saying? I could do that. And I was wrong. And then I'll say, well, I was wrong. I was in error. I spoke presumptuously. Please forgive me. You know what I mean? But, blame my head. It's not in my heart, but it was in my head. You know what I'm saying? Just blame that. Because, I didn't do diligent research like I suggested that you guys do. And wasn't going to do, well, I wouldn't say I wasn't going to do any research, because I was pretty much at that moment convinced of who she was. But who in the world you think led me to this lady right here? Who you think led me to truth? One thing about me, one thing about Guess Who the Rapper, aka Pimpin' Dynasty, is this. Oh, I'm a lover of the truth. Absolutely. I love the truth. So wherever the truth is, that's where I'm gonna go. Right? That's a fact. The Most High Himself knows that about me. But who you think woke me up to out of nowhere? I wasn't even looking for this lady. I wasn't even looking for this information. I didn't even ponder it. But who you think led me here? Who could do this? Let's go.
And many people defend her and speak on her behalf as
I was one of them. Like I just said, I told Ringo, I had the nerve to tell Ringo without due diligent research and didn't do diligent research. I didn't do complete total research in its totality. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. It had to take some sort of intervention. The Most High allowed me to go ahead and make that video first. It's cool. You know, because if you was to take this something like this to heart, your faith would be shattered. Because the devil is clever. He attempted to give me a meager thought to shake my faith or whatever. No, I was just wrong and presumptuous, and I ask for y'all forgiveness, and I repent, ask the Most High for forgiveness, and I forgive myself, and I'm on here putting some paint where it ain't and saying what most can't, and make the crooked way straight. You know what I mean? I'm coming out the back room. You know what I'm saying? Ready to do some straightening. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on. Come on.
though, oh, she is speaking the truth. She is speaking, yes, she's speaking things that we already know. She also has a very consistent way of copying Carrie Ann Giddens. She copies Carrie Ann Giddens. If Carrie Ann Giddens talks about Obama, then she will talk about Obama. If Carrie Ann Giddens talks about zombies, she will talk about zombies. This woman, Celestial, is not talking about anything new at all. She is talking about the same exact thing that other people talk about on their channel, and she acts as though God is speaking only to her. And if you are not listening to her and you don't agree with her, she has a problem with it.
We definitely getting ready to get into that. What she just said. Now, what she just said, this lady just said, is that if you disagree with Celestial, let me tell you, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem. She don't like people disagreeing with her. She turned into something else when you disagree with her. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'm going to show you that. And then let me let her say that again. Come on, sister.
Thing that other people talk about on their channel, and she acts as though God is speaking only to her. And if you are not listening to her and you don't agree with her, she has a problem with it. I can't wait till the day till YouTube shuts this woman down, because she is obscene and she has very serious mental problems. And I warn many people about her, and I will continue to do that, because this woman speaks as though she speaks as God's mouthpiece. And
yes, she do. Yes, she do. Look. Let me admit something. Let me admit something. I've always been a mouthpiece person. I always like people that have the gift of gab, or their mouthpiece is legendary. I call mine legendary, right? There's only a few people that I know that have great mouthpieces, and Sinful the P, Philip Brandon Gilmore, was one of the ones that I respected. His mouthpiece, as far as in the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing, you know what I mean, was very, very good. His mouthpiece was good. He was very great speaker. You know, there's people like TD Jakes got a great mouthpiece as far as when it comes to articulation. People who are magnanimous, charismatic. Malcolm X, excellent mouthpiece. You know what I mean? People like that. Let me tell you something about Celestial, though. Celestial has a magnificent mouthpiece. Oh my God. Her mouthpiece is oh my God. It'll make you feel like you're talking to one of the archangels out of heaven. Gabriel is in her mouth right now, utilizing putting the words in her mouth. That's how it'll make you feel. Like the harp instrument was made out of her vocal cords or something like that. Let me tell you, she could put together some words and her inflections and all of that. Yeah, you would think the lightning is coming down out of the skies and there's thunder sounds in the clouds, and you know what I mean. Thundercracker, Decepticon Thundercracker ain't got a better mouthpiece than she do. Can't roar as good as she can. Man, that's one thing. She got a mouthpiece. Yes, she does. She's anointed with that with her articulation. Her articulation is from it. Boy, oh yeah, she's very good. But those are the kind of leaders you got to watch out for. They say Hitler was very charismatic, and he was utilizing the powers of darkness, you know, to hypnotize and speak mind control over the masses of the individuals or the people that listen to him, much like Obama. You know what I mean? Who can articulate or read real good, whatever, or the person behind the teleprompter got his mouthpiece going. Well, anyway, but yeah, Miss Celestial here, yes, yeah, she has a awesome mouthpiece. Come on.
It is very insulting to those of us who are intelligent. She and many people like her have actually taken the place of preachers who do nothing but stand in a pulpit and every week they collect money from very desperate people who don't know any better. She is actually doing the same thing they've done with their Cadillacs and their fancy clothes. She is.
Hey man, let me tell you this. Her articulative choice of words will make you think she's a Cadillac done came out her mouth. Yeah, yeah. A Rolls Royce came out of her mouth after you heard her speak. Yes, butter soft leather seats, all in the interior. Yeah, all features, trim package, got everything in it. Yeah. You would think she have on designer Gucci Prada on when she starts speaking. Yes. Yes, you will. That's how anointed her mouthpiece is. But who anointed it? Come on.
Doing the same thing on her YouTube channel. And she is going to continue to do this because people always want to hear what she has to say. And that is okay. That is fine. We can listen. I have watched her channels, but I always feel as though she is doing exactly what she's claiming she's not doing, which is entertaining her listeners with morbid, obscene, and graphic tales of destruction and God's judgment. That's all she focuses on. And it's very, very sad that this woman pretends to be someone that knows God, as though her listeners don't have the ability to know God for themselves. She's called out Carrie Ann Giddens and many others as being false and also called witches. And she's also went as far as saying that some people are Masons. And she's not only repeating what she heard other people say, but she is also making herself more holier than those who get on YouTube and speak for God as well. As far as I'm concerned, and this is one of the reasons why I uploaded this video, I know there are many people that feel the same way I do, and obviously see through this woman that she is not who she says she is. She may say she's a lawyer and she's collecting money from people on her YouTube channel. How dare she try to insult the intelligence of the people who listen to her? I can see right through you. I know exactly who you are. You are a fake woman. You are fake. And you say Carrie Ann is fake, but you've copied everything that Carrie Ann does. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Sister Celestial. And you call yourself a sister of who? You cry on your YouTube channel because you know deep down inside that you are wrong for doing what you do. You get on your channel and you cry, not because you see horrible things happening in the world, but because there's something wrong with your mind. You have not fully renewed your mind with the word of God, because if you did, you would be ashamed to even attempt to get on YouTube and mislead people and deceive people and trick people into believing that you're receiving all of these messages from God. Shame on you, Sister Celestial. Shame on you, and shame on all those that speak on your behalf to try to make it seem like that you are the originator of God's words. You are no woman with a sound mind. God help you.
All right. That's the end of that one. Right? This woman just called her out and said that she is not who she says she is, right? Called her a false woman, fake woman, and all of that. Now let's get into who she really is, right? They say she's a lawyer or whatever. Let's see who she really is, because, well, let's just get into it. Let's go to this one. Sister Celestial's real name. Come on. All right. I had to pause it. Now let me read it to you. This is about off the same lady's page that was just speaking. Now look, check this out. Sister Celestial's background from the Master's Voice Prophecy blog. Sister Celestial's name is Esther Golakai. It says Esther Golakai is no stranger to the stage or live music. A strong vocalist who loves neo-soul, Christian rock, and R&B music. She's been singing for as long as she can remember. She loves interacting with an audience and sees music as a true expression of self, right? Her real name, on the bottom in this bold yellow words, her real name is Esther Fasia Golakai, right? That's her name. Okay, let's go. Let me pause it. She is from Botswana, South Africa. Her real name is Esther Fasia Golakai. Now, I told the Most High, right? I said, since he was pulling me out of sin and wicked and evil thoughts or whatever, but I said, for some reason, I feel attracted to this girl. Like she's, now remember, I'm gonna put some paint where it ain't and say what most can't. I'm gonna keep it real. Now the truth is, it was more so the fear of being condemned and committing these sins or whatever that is the main catalyst that changed me from inside out. But I was like, wait a minute, she's kind of cute. Why do I like her? And then I was learning to just look Don't look below a woman's face. That was one of the techniques I was adopting. Don't look below a woman's face if you're trying to get over the power of a woman's womb and the power that they have of seduction, right? But I was like, well, she's kind of comely. She's all right. And I think she's from somewhere. I thought she was from Haiti or somewhere in Africa. Come to find out now, see, look, I wasn't looking for any of this. This just came to me. I wasn't looking for any of this. And like I told y'all in the first video, my ministry is music. I'm a rapper. You know, I got some, songs that I write, and I'm into music heavily. So when I saw her singing, I was like, whoa. Yeah, I'm talking about after I'm finding all this stuff out. Then I'm like, yo, she finer than I thought she was. Keeping it real. I was like, dang, she kind of, you know what I mean? But anyway, we ain't gonna get graphic. Like, we ain't gonna get graphic like Hassan with the Vaseline bottle. We ain't gonna do that. No, we're not gonna do that. But she's attractive. I didn't know she was that attractive. I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? And besides, she is a singer, so she's accustomed to an audience. And she, when you're a singer or you're a performer, especially in music, and you're accustomed to having the power to sway people into liking you via your gifts or your talents or your ability and your the sounds that's emitting from your mouth, coming from your mouth, coming from the words that you sing and how you sing them. So she's familiar with the stage. So when I hear her talk and how she articulates certain things, we're going to get into all of that. I was like, oh, okay, that's game. But she fine as a mother. I didn't know she was this fine, though. I really didn't. I didn't know she was fine like this, though. You know what I mean? But back to what I was saying, it was a certain attraction I had to her for some reason. I'm a man. Men are supposed to be attracted to women. But I was suppressing it. I was like, Lord, take that, whatever that is, away, because I'm not trying to go there. But when I saw this picture, I was like, dang, she finer than the mug. But let's go. She was a singer and manager at Metrophones in 2011. That's somewhere in Botswana, South Africa. Some show or whatever. But let's go. Wait. That's her right there with the thing in her hair and singing and whatever. And I saw a video of her talking about how she was just singing and singing to the Lord or whatever. She was just singing to the Lord. And she was telling me this. So, I mean, not telling me, but she was telling me in the video. But that's just her again. Come on. All right, this is Welcome to Real Music, the Metrophones. We've performed at Made a Song, Botswana Craft, I saw that, Lyra BDF President's Concert, Summer Splash, and many private events and functions over the last 7 months. So I guess this was her group, the Metrophones, whatever. All right, let's go. All right. I guess, but down here it says we offer top quality live entertainment to make your event, whatever, and quotes made for your budget and timetable. So I guess this is a group that's performing at the things that they say they perform at, private events and stuff. And it says, don't hesitate to speak with one of our managers, Esther or Aku, today, right? Yo, so that's her, Esther. Wow, Esther. Very So y'all saw where it says, "Please beware." Hold on. It says, "Please beware of Celestial." Now, her name. Now, I didn't never think her name was Celestial, right? I never thought that. I always figured that that's just one of the titles that she's in. Like my name ain't Gatsu the Rapper or the Pimpin' Dynasty. It's neither one of them. Is That's not my real name, you know. And like everybody has an alias, whatever. Like Ringo, that's not his real name, and NUBREED, that ain't his real name. So people do that. So it's not really a problem. But Celestial. Now let's define Celestial for you real quick, because sometimes when you have names like that, like Celestial or something that's dealing with the stars and stuff like that, a lot of people, that be in the occult have particular names like that. That's dealing with like the stars or something. See, it says Celestial. Adjective: position in or relating to the sky or outer space as observed in astronomy, a celestial body. Second one: belonging or relating to heaven, the celestial city. You know what I mean? The third one: supremely good, the celestial beauty of music. Right? So, but celestial, you know what I mean? All right, so let's go into how I even came across all this other information, right? So, all right, we did the carry in or whatever, right? So then I came across this one. So I'm going to have to go into it now. Let's go into it. This gentleman goes by the name of Drew Bloom 34. This is probably going to take the longest, because now we about to get into it. Oh, no. Not yet. I ain't ready for you yet, Drew Bloom. There is one more I got to get into before we get there. Where is it? There's one more. I'm looking for it. There's one more. Oh, is this is not her. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Now, let's get into this one.
Celestial from the Master's Voice Prophecy channel just called me everything but a child of God.
Hold on. Now remember, I told you this comes from a channel called Faithful Servant Serving, right? And remember, I just went over, you know, how I love people with the gift of gab and mouthpieces, right? Now we get ready to get into why I said that in more detail. So listen to this. Listen to what happens when you disagree with with Celestial. You know what I mean? Let's see what happens when you disagree with her. Okay? You ready? Let's go.
Celestial from the Master's Voice Prophecy channel just called me everything but a child of God. And I'm sorry for the screen, but my profile pic isn't displaying. I don't know.
She said Celestial just called this woman everything but the child of God, right? Because she disagreed with her. And I'm getting ready to show y'all what she said. Now let it play. Come on, sister.
Celestial from the Master's Voice Prophecy channel just called me everything but a child of God. And I'm sorry for the screen, but my profile pic isn't displaying. I don't know why, but I want to stay up front. This could be my fault, but not really my fault. I see it for what it is. Maybe I should have kept well enough alone, but I was just bothered by it. And what I am talking about is a post Sister Celestia made on her community page, tearing into someone else's post who was talking about going to see the movie Sound of Freedom. And let me share it for you guys. Now, Celestia posted this post by another person, and she is using the post to ridicule and scold those who watch the film. And, you know, at the end of the post, you can see how they put, may we all pray for them and their rescuers. So this is glorification unto God and the upliftment of the children everywhere and those who fight to save them. And by the film, prayers are being lifted. Again, I don't know why this is not a good thing with 150 million who have seen the film. This is a great thing. But Celestial condemning it because she knows what's really going on. God showed her, and it's almost kind of like a jealousy thing, to where she could be pissed that the film got so much attention by us fools when she knows the real truth and has the truth, because God.
Wait a minute. So here it is, some movie then came out, right? And a lot of people are praising it and giving it credit. And I don't know the name of it, but I'm going to bring it back. And here it is. They're saying, you know, they're praising it, leaving comments. And then Celestial condemns the movie because she knows what's really going on. You know, God is exclusively talking to her. And everybody else is fools. You know what I mean? Y'all being fool. Y'all a bunch of fools. And you don't know what you're talking about. God speaking to me and me only. Type of attitude that they're saying that she's displaying. But I'm gonna go back so we can get the title of the movie and all that. Come on.
Share it for you guys. Now, Celestia posted this post, but not really my fault. I see it for what it is. Maybe I should have kept well enough alone, but I was just bothered by it. And what I am talking about is a post Sister Celestia made on her community page, tearing into someone else's post who was talking about going to see the movie Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
And let me share it for you guys. Now, Celestia posted this post by another person, and she is using the post to ridicule and scold those who watch the film. And, you know, at the end of the post, you can see how they put, may we all pray for them and their rescuers. So this is glorification unto God and the upliftment of the children everywhere and those who fight to save them. And by the film, prayers are being lifted. Again, I don't know why this is not a good thing with 150 million who have seen the film. This is a great thing. But Celestial condemning it because she knows what's really going on. God showed her, and it's almost kind of like a jealousy thing, to where she could be pissed that the film got so much attention by us fools when she knows the real truth and has the truth, because God showed her the truth. And she doesn't like what we fools paid more attention to and bought with our own money to watch, that something that she feels isn't the truth, because God has shown her what is really going on. It's like that's where she is coming from. Because for me, I see it from a different perspective in the way it gives God glory. So I respectfully thought I made a comment that was respectful, though it was disagreeing with what she was doing. And I kid you not, that commented produced a book about me in insults. And you can...
I'm sorry, y'all. You nice me, but I told y'all I love people with the gift of gab and mouthpiece. Celestial. Newsflash, bulletin, you know, like how you like to do, you know, with the graphic details, as if it's just in, you know what I mean? Newsflash, you're not alone on this earth. You're not the only one with a cold mouthpiece. You hear what this lady just said? She said, she said you wrote a book about her full of ins. she, this girl, this girl, she got a cold mouthpiece of her own. Don't let her soft words. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. See, I'm back. I'm back to being me. I was all docile and full of fear and all politically correct in the last video. Y'all know me. This is the real me right here. See, I could be that too. You know, diplomatic, cosmopolitan, and a politician like I was in the rebuking. You know, the rebuking of Ringo and NUBREED. Now, I could be that way, but this is me when I'm happy and free and getting it all, comedic and stuff like that. Yeah, she got a cold mouthpiece. She said you wrote a book about her full of insults in the comment section. See, I love stuff like that. Come on, say that again, girl. All right, before I could continue on, this movie is called Sounds of Freedom. And evidently it's something about rescuing children, probably from people like Jeffrey Epstein or so. I don't know. I don't know about the movie, but so they praising it, giving the movie praise and worship service, you know what I mean, and singing the A/B selection to the movie in the comment section. And here comes, the Grinch, you know what I mean, talking about and condemning, like, look, y'all don't know what you all fools. You don't know what you're talking about. In that African, I ain't trying to diss my people from South Africa and Africa, period. I think she might be an Israelite. She might be an Israelite because a lot of our people are down in South Africa. But, some of them got that spirit hanging around them Hamites too long to where they think we are katas or, you know what I mean? Like, they speak down on us. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, they're royalty or something. You fools, you peasants, you don't know what you mean. You know what I mean? That type of attitude. And a lot of them, let's just keep it real, a lot of them Africans, they be scammers. You know what I mean? So she gets mad that they're giving this, the praise and worship service of the movie in the comment section. So she wants to come through with the thunder. And, and clouds come down, clouds below on everybody in the comment section, but so they can return their worship back to her and their attention back to her. This is what they're saying was going on. I'm just watching it play by play. Come on.
For me, I see it from a different perspective in the way it gives God glory. So I respectfully thought I made a comment that was respectful, though it was disagreeing with what she was doing. And I kid you not, that commented produced a book about me in insults. And you can go on her community page again and read it for yourself. But she made so many rewrites going in on me. It was unbelievable.
This lady is funny. This lady is funny. She said, since she disagreed with Celestial, right? Celestial turned around and produced a book in the comment section about her. Full of insults. She said had so many rewrites on the same book of insults. Y'all get ready to see if I can let it play, man. Yo, this girl right here, shout out to Faithful Servant. Shout out to you. I love your spirit. I love what you about, girl. You got a cold mouthpiece. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. This girl is cussing her out in the most delicate, tactful, powdery, Powerpuff Girl way. You know what I mean? She giving her that smoke, that heat. But it is so cool as a breeze, like magnolia, like a bee, like a bumblebee, or no, not bumblebee, like a hornet just came out of a magnolia flower or something like that and stung you behind. You don't even know because the scent is so marvelous. It smelled like the Garden of Eden, her words. But there's a swarm of killer bees. Oh, this girl got a cold mouthpiece, boy. Boy, it's got the Arctic wind and the desert in it. You know what I mean? The heat from the desert. Come on, say that again.
Thought I made a comment that was respectful, though it was disagreeing with what she was doing. And I kid you not, that commented produced a book about me in insults. And you can go on her community page again and read it for yourself. But she made so many rewrites going in on me. It was unbelievable. Her first response, for example, that you will see towards me wasn't even the original text. It was worded differently, meaning 2 original paragraphs that she wrote me originally as the first response were edited into 2 new original paragraphs of new insults. And I'm not going to read everything entirely, but this is what she posted.
Guess who is going to read everything entirely? Guess who is going to read everything entirely? You guessed it, like what Carly saying, this on my last nerve. You guessed it. Yeah, me. I'm going to read it, though. Come on.
And let me go into it. This is what I wrote in regards to the post that she posted. I said, "Sister, and I respect your videos are much more graphic and very vile and sexual in nature that you willfully disclose into the gates of eyes and ears listening while describing sexual lustful."
Oh, let me stop. Let me stop her right there. For some reason, she sped that up, maybe by accident. I don't know. She sped that up. But let me read it for y'all, and then I'm going to let her finish. This is End Time Warrioress, whatever. I guess she goes by Faithful Servant Serving, whatever. This is the comment I guess this is the one she wrote. Sister, and it says, "Sister, in all respect, your videos are much more graphic and very vile in sexual nature that you will fully disclose into the gates." Listen, this is why I love Mouthpiece. Did you hear the poetic language in this? Being a lyricist, like, you know what I mean, have you appreciating good words and put together. Watch this. "Sister, in all respect, your videos are much more graphic and very vile in sexual nature that you will fully disclose into the gates of eyes and ears listening while describing sexual lustful acts in full detail than the movie Sound of Freedom ever did, as it gives only strong innuendos at most without a single sexual scene." Woo! Ooh! I almost fell off my horse on my way to Damascus with this one. Off the first paragraph. Now I'm about to get the scales on my eyes. Look, they're ready for this? "You can't judge others if they are the dumb, deaf, and blind. God was still glorified by what the movie gripped in the hearts of 150 million people who saw it, and the way they turned to God through repentance to uplift children all over the world in the clutches of evil. Your content is very sexual, and as you fully tell every sexual description of what you received according to you, which is bad for others to be putting in the gates, in their gates." I don't know. I forgot what she's going to tell me what she's going to tell us what IMO means. But I respect your obedience. I just hope through your gripping rated R message your followers are still focused on turning to God as well. Woo, whatever this movie is, Sounds of Freedom, I need to check it out so I can fully grasp what they're talking about. Now I'm going to let it play.
In full detail than the movie Sound of Freedom ever did, as it gives only strong innuendos at most without a single sexual scene. You can't judge others, even if they are the deaf, dumb, and blind. God was still glorified by what the movie gripped in the hearts of 150 million people who saw it in a way they turned to God through repentance or to uplift children all over the world in the clutches of evil. Your content is very sexual, as you fully tell every sexual description what you receive according to you, which is bad for others to be put in their gates, in my opinion, but I respect your obedience. I just hope through your gripping rated R messages, your followers are still focusing on turning to God as well.
IMO stands for in my opinion. Okay, let's go.
And this is what she replied. And I'm only going to read what she addressed personally, specifically towards me.
All right. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this. Let me see if this is it. I'm going to read. No. Let me go back a little bit. Let me see. All right. See, it begins down here. Thank you for your comment. Let me answer with the candor such faulty logic deserves. Now, I told you this. I'm gonna show you the difference between the two. Between this woman, end time warrioress, who is, I think, faithful serving. I think they're one and the same. And Miss, Celestial. But let her talk first.
According to you, which is bad for others to be put in their gates, in my opinion, but I respect your obedience. I just hope through your gripping rated R messages, your followers are still focusing on turning to God as well. And this is what she replied. And I'm only going to read what she addressed personally, specifically towards me. And she put, in all respects, the rape, pedophilia, perversion, murder, sodomy, and general filth of America is, as you...
Sorry. First, I'm gonna go back, but I want you to, she skipped that part. She went down to in all respects, rape, pedophilia part. She didn't read the first sentence. Let me read the first sentence for her. This is Celestial responding to her after she said, look, the movie Sounds of Freedom probably was about pedophiles and child human trafficking and stuff like that. That's what it sounds like. Contextually, that's what it sounds like it's about. And they gave only strong innuendo within the movie. Meanwhile, on her channel every day in, day out, she's giving you graphic blow-by-blow detail of what's transpiring between the adults that are molesting the children. Yeah, he poked her in the anus. Yeah, I ain't even really want to get that far yet, but yeah, this is how graphic she be getting. We're gonna get into it. Let me save that for later. But let me see. Look, thank you for now watch this. They both have mouthpieces, but one has virtue, the other one has vitriol in it. We're gonna see which one has virtue and which one has vitriol and venom. You know what I mean? So let's see. Thank you for this comment. Let me answer with the candor such faulty logic deserves. Lord have mercy. Did not the clouds just come down? Clouds come down. The clouds come down. You know, it's a difference between reproof and rebuke than outright condemnation and condescending. You know what I mean? They're two different. One uplifts, one tears down. So, in a different fashion. Though they're both gifted and anointed in their articulation. So, let her read this in case if she don't read it all, I'm gonna read it for her. Come on.
Quickly put to read what she addressed personally, specifically towards me. And she put, in all respects, the rape, pedophilia, perversion, murder, sodomy, and general filth of America is, as you eloquently put, is very vile. That vileness follows me through the years while you put up a fake warrior bride photos that make you feel like a tough, saved girl. Well, end quote, tough, saved girl. You're not, by the way. I know a flake by her speech.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear the heat coming off your phone? Did you feel the heat coming off your phone? When she said that, let me read it. She said, in all respect, in all respects, this is in this African, South African voice too. In all respects, the rape, pedophilia, perversion, murder, sodomy, and general filth of America is, as you eloquently put it, is very vile. The violence follows me through the years. While you put up fake warrior bride photos that make you feel like a tough save gal, end quote, you're not, by the way. I know a flake by her speech, unquote. That's how she said that. That's how that read. Watch this. Come on.
And then she goes into about saved girl. Well,
No. She skipped all this, but I ain't. I told you. Guess who's gonna read it all? Now, after she calls her a flake and a fake tough saved gal, like you're saved, you're the very second paragraph she says, but while you go by quote Jesus fighter girl avatars online, Lord have mercy. Some of us agree to actually do the work of plumbing the sewers you're too special to hear about. It ruins my sleep and peace and causes a great rage in the heart of the Lord, in the heart of the Lord. These things must be addressed. People with filth on their clothes that has won them such bitter judgment really shouldn't cling so tight to the idea that anyone gives a hoot about their feelings of how their filth, note, emphasis, is brought out of the sewers for exposure. Ephesians 5:11-13. Rent a Bible and read that sometime. This girl told her to rent a Bible and read it sometime. Lord, have mercy. Let me read this. You should know from history that filth always comes out. It has to because God is not one to cover sin. No, that's the job of his false church. How do God have a false church? She said, no, that's the job of his false church. What? Let's hear the sin. Yes, but in a PG format, please. Quote, even if it was not PG when it happened, unquote. Look at that. She quoting and putting the quotations on. Man, Lord, God will not tolerate those who commit filth or cover it. He will root it out and wave it from the White House flagpole. You will see things on TV that will have your mouth shut for a long time, and may you wear a dress of shame from head to foot for attempting to silence me in the work I do, just so your fake ideology of quote-unquote polite sin videos only can be maintained. You can't request Febreze for sin. That will never happen here. You will hear what happens till you choke on it. After that, Russia will bring the reality of the flesh trade here. Naked people in this. Naked people in the street, and worse. I think your eye and ear gates, look at her, will be suffer continuous error. No, let me read that again. Russia will bring the reality of the flesh trade here. Naked people in the streets happens to and worse. I think your eye and ear gates will suffer continuous error 404 by then, So let's see how it goes. Now let's see what she read. I'm gonna let it play though. But did y'all hear that? So instead of lightening it up, she tightened it up. You know what I mean? She instead of going softer, she went harder. She made the clouds come down and the clouds below. And now she making the sun rotate. Come on.
End quote, tough save girl. You're not, by the way. I know a flake by her speech. And then she goes into, but while you go by Jesus Spider Girl avatars online, some of us agree to actually do the work of plumbing the sewers you're too special to hear about. And then she goes into saying, you call the Lord's message graphic sexual content as if the live version sodomy and rapes are done in pleasant surroundings with victims feeling at ease about what their eyes and ears are about to go through. You are a fool. Now let me correct that. You are a fool.
You see how she did that with her nice pleasant self? Shout out to you, girl. She said, nah, she said, you are a fool. Nah, let me correct that. You are a fool. Y'all can see it right there, right? All right, let me go back. Man, this is me preaching on the soapbox. The soapbox is called "Do" in the front and "Diligence" on the other side. And do your on the other sides of the box, you know what I mean? Do your diligent research. This is me doing my diligent research. Something I told Ringo and NUBREED to do, I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm doing it before the world. Yeah, hey, my bad, y'all. My bad, Ringo. My bad, NUBREED. Now, some of the stuff I ain't taking away. Like you with that virgin birth. I stand on that. Some of the stuff I stand on, but you know all the other stuff. My bad. Presumptuous the P. You know, that's presumptuous the P. That was me. And you know, forgive me, Father, of course, for being presumptuous. But yeah, y'all hear this woman? Now, the way she said that, you are a fool. Come on.
Goes into saying, you call the Lord's message graphic sexual content as if the live version sodomy and rapes are done in pleasant surroundings with victims feeling at ease about what their eyes and ears are about to go through. You are a fool. Now let me correct that. You are a fool. I say that professionally according to the Bible principle. The fool has no wisdom, no foresight, no understanding. Mind you, she did not ask me or respond in the way of where I was coming from. It was an immediate attack.
All right. Now, the girl just highlighted the fact that, hey, I really wasn't coming in that spirit. I didn't really come to you. That wasn't my position. You know what I mean? For you, you know, where all this came, where all this fire breathing dragon come from? You know what I mean? Why are we in the Game of Thrones and stuff? How did you do this? Why is the words out of your mouth sharper than the two-edged sword, like this? cutting through the bones and spirit. Like what? Where did that come from? I ain't even coming from there. I was just politely disagreeing with you. What in the world? Why did you have to chop my body in half and call me a fool in syllables and stuff? You spell fool with more letters than it has. You know what I mean? Fool has 4 letters in it. You put 8 of them in it. You know what I mean? How did you do that and why? You know what I mean? What? I really wasn't even coming in that spirit. Come on.
The fool has no wisdom, no foresight, no understanding. Mind you, she did not ask me or respond in the way of where I was coming from. It was an immediate attack. And if, you know, I could have been, if I did word it wrong, perhaps, you know, I would have been willing to correct myself, humble myself, and apologize. But she goes in to say, a fool imagines that sin can be sanitized when by its very nature it is foul and abhorrent, a danger, a cancer, which I totally agree. And she says, Madam, you turn my stomach more than anything God has ever shown me.
Wait a minute.
Sanitized when by its very nature.
She left a lot out, and I ain't letting you do that. I know you being nice and all that, but no. This is like Sin for the Peace presiding over rebuking service. This is what we getting ready to do. No. We're not gonna leave any stones unturned. No. There will be no stone left unturned. Let's read that. She said, "You call the Lord." This is celestial now from the heavens, right? Speaking as if she's from below. You call the Lord's message graphic sexual content as if the live version sodomy and rapes are done in pleasant surrounding with victims feeling at ease about what their eyes and ears are about to go through. You are a fool. I say that professionally according to Bible principle. The fool has no. Then she provides the Bible principle like that you might find in Psalms and Proverbs. The fool has no wisdom, no foresight or understanding. A fool imagines that sin can be sanitized when its very nature is foul and abhorrent. Now everybody agree that it's foul and abhorrent. A danger and a danger, a cancer God himself used to cut out of the old societies with death. Sin is a reproach to any people. But boy, I tell you, in America, these sinners will reproach you back and say, can you tone it down, please? It's not as bad as all that. I've said much in the videos to those who speak like you, softly, but with Satan's tongue. But this response is only for you. And that's what she about to read. Let me read that part again. I've said much in the videos to those who speak like you, softly, but with Satan's tongue. But this response is only for you. Softly, but with Satan's tongue. Let me read that again. I've said much in the video to those who speak like you, softly, but with Satan's tongue. She gonna have to unpack that. What does that mean? You spoke softly with Satan's tongue? Lord Jesus, man. She gonna have to unpack that when she see this. But this response is only for you. Now here it is, her sweet, gentle self, this warrioress, is not even coming in that spirit, man. She's smelling like flowers from the book, a perfume called Flowers from a Brook. And here it is, you coming in with Brute 33. We a woman wearing Brute 33. You know, you ain't got no business with no strong cologne. Strong as you supposed to get is secret. You know, strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. You done came through with the brutal. Your cologne is called Brutal, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? You acting like a sir, you know. No. Here she is, all meek, humble, and chaste, coming in, just correcting, disagreeing, politely disagreeing, and telling you the truth. And here you done came down way harder than all the entire book of Revelations you done wrote in this comment section. Yeah, you got all the plagues, all the blowing of the trumpets and everything. You know what I mean? The pouring out, the plagues and all that. The seals done open, all in your comment section. Man, all in this comment section. And your response to this pleasant lady, just because she disagreed with you. This is the spirit of celestial. Now, celestial is supposed to mean in the heavens. Now, we do know that there's a coming wrath of God. That's why I was on board with this from the very beginning. because of, the wrath of God, the wrath of the lambs. You know what I mean? That is prophesied to come to this earth. Yes, for all the sins. So it seems like she's taking it overboard. And but that's deceit. That's deceit, because it appears that is very, very intense hatred for sin, but something else is going on. But we're going to get to that in a minute. Now, let me let her finish.
It is foul and abhorrent, a danger, a cancer, which I totally agree. And she says, Madam, you turn my stomach more than anything God has ever shown me.
Did y'all hear that? Let me let her say that again. Because if you watch her channel, before she says that again, if you watch Celestial's channel, The Master's Voice, he shows her all kind of graphic, explicit content, like I just finished let you hear with this lady, the lady that exposed her, the first lady. All type of graphic. She had a nerve to say, Madam, out of what she said, which was very light compared to what she be saying. Basically, she ain't even give her a strong innuendo. She gave her a soft innuendo. And she said, what?
Thing can be sanitized when by its very nature it is foul and abhorrent, a danger, a cancer, which I totally agree. And she says, Madam, you turn my stomach more than anything God has ever shown me. Given that you have heard a fair bit of what I have seen, you will understand that coming from me, that's saying a lot, which I do agree. I do agree with it.
Hey, I second that emotion. Because whatever the whatever the unclean spirits and devils that are doing down in hell to people, she knows all about it and gave you blow details of the homosexual sodomy committed in the darkest, deepest depths of hell, what they're doing down there. They're in excrements and everything, and she's going to tell you blow by blow of who stuck their rod in who mouth and who booty and all. She's going to tell you all of that. So it is a lot coming from her. She has the way she describes it, the 10 plagues, the frogs and all that are in her mouth. The foulest stench, like she be talking about, that's coming out of your mouth. This explicit and graphic and illicit details that you give, and you had a nerve to say what this poor woman said to you is more turns your stomach more than anything the Most High ever shown you. Dang, he showed you Monica Lewinsky topping off Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. You know what I mean? And a little boy that's 4 years old. He showed you that, and you'll come out like, man, let me not do what she do. I ain't gonna be. Let me not do what you do. But yeah, that turns your stuff. Man, come on.
And I responded back in the first paragraph saying, I meant no offense. I just disagreed with the fact that I'm filthy inside. I'm a fool that should notice the emphasis on the fool you call me. I am an embarrassment to myself. And oh, yes, I am wicked. I am on the slow bus, according to you as well, because you have.
She said she on the slow bus. That was funny. I told you this girl got a mouthpiece, man. Straight up and down. Like she say, I mean no offense. I just disagree with the fact that I'm filthy inside. I'm a fool that should notice that should notice. She returned that to sender voice stronger and harder than Serena Williams. With the most nicest and politest voice I've ever. You know what I mean? She looked like, she sounded like her name Diamond Weimer. You know what I'm saying? Let me read that again. I meant no offense. I just disagree, but the fact that I'm filthy inside, I am a fool that should notice the emphasis on the fool you call me. And I am embarrassed to myself. And oh, yes, wicked. And I'm on the slow bus, according to you as well. Let me let her know. This is good.
To understand the first section, notice the emphasis on the fool you call me.
Wait, go back.
And I responded back in the first paragraph saying, I meant no offense. I just disagreed with the fact that I'm filthy inside. I'm a fool that should notice the emphasis on the fool you call me. I am an embarrassment to myself. And oh, yes, I am wicked. I am on the slow bus, according to you as well, because you have to understand the first paragraph, not paragraph, but the first response that she re-edited all over again in another slew of insults and a whole new response. But the very original response that she gave me, she called me all these things. She called me a fool. She called me an embarrassment to myself. Like, she really went in. And in the first paragraph where I'm now responding back to her, I put that in, but you don't really see that in her original first response because she has totally re-edited it into a whole different post of insults.
So she re-edited. So in other words, she edited and took she omitted some of the harsh things that, girl, you don't omit nothing in your presentation, in your lives or in your videos, but you omitted that for some reason. But guess what? She still addressed what you said to her verbatim, even though you took it out. You took it to the film room and cut it out, you know what I mean, and put some subliminal cuts in there along with some of that sharp shooting, fire breathing dragon quotes and insults that you put on this woman. You did this. This is the spirit of who we talking about, celestial. This is why I was like, beware of her, but now I'm like, beware of her, and not because of the Most High. You need to beware of her because of her. The venomous poison that comes out of her mouth. She reminds me of a puff adder. Now, anybody that knows me, they know, I ain't really into this type of stuff, but I entertained it for a second. If I had a spiritual animal, that I would be the honey badger, because I don't like snakes. I don't like serpents. I don't like, and particularly cobras and very poisonous, venomous snakes of the female nature. The ones that hiss at you and puff up their chest at you and full of venom and ready to strike at you. I usually and particularly do not like women like that. We are mortal enemies. We were enemies from day one. I am one of them that is not having that. I'm not proud of what I did in times past to women that have responded to me like that. But I'll just put it this way. The pimp hand was way strong in them days, and the days was extremely long when you did me wrong. Put it like that. Oh, yeah. I took a few of them to the haircut, the barbershop, and the beauty salon in the same day. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rebuking service, carpet ministry, you know what I mean? Linoleum, you know what I mean? You had to get up off the linoleum. Floor ministry, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Honey badgers are serpent killers, especially the puff adder, you know what I mean? And cobras, no. That's what's in her mouth? Now I'm discovering this. This is the spirit of what we're dealing with, of celestial. Yeah. The same one I gave praise and worship to, sang A, B, and C, selection from the choir. Yeah, same one I did yesterday. Yeah, it's due diligence. It's time to eat my own words. It's yeah. A nice humble pie. I have to eat this slice of humble pie. Ringo, my bad. New breed, my bad. Y'all was pretty much right. Because this is what modern women is behavior. This is the spirit behind it. And y'all called it out. But I just didn't like the way y'all did that. You know what I mean? Like Ringo, all that hollering, and I don't like that anyway when he does that. But anyway, shout out to my boy Ringo. Shout out, shout out to him. We're not boys like I know him or nothing, but shout out to him. But I don't agree with everything you do, and I don't agree with everything New Breed does. But y'all not that bad. But let me let it get back.
And she goes into she replies again saying, "In time warriors, I would have written fool in bolded caps, but I have restraint."
Whoa!
In her.
Whoa! Let me play that back.
Fool. She called me an embarrassment to myself. Like, she really went in. And in the first paragraph where I'm now responding back to her, I put that in, but you don't really see that in her original first response because she has totally re-edited into a whole different post of insults.
I don't know why this girl in Time Warriors is forwarding through this, because I would have read this whole thing like I'm about to do. Guess who about to read it all? Me. Check this out. This is the Master's Voice Prophecy blog. I guess that's what that was. That is Celestial. Okay. Oh no, that's In Time Warriors. But I'm gonna read everything. She said, "I meant no offense. I just disagree, but the fact that I'm filthy inside, I am a fool that should notice the emphasis on the fool you called me, and I am embarrassment and I am an embarrassment to myself, and oh yes, and wicked, and I am on the slow bus according to you as well. My goodness, what would you call someone who really pissed you off?" but it confirms that you really reek of a spirit of pride, and you are a very not loving to those who disagree with you. You have to mature in how you come across. Now, this is how I was yesterday in this second paragraph. You have to mature in how you come across. If I was dominated or operated more in my flesh, you would, by the name calling alone, provoke me into horrible feelings by simply saying the movie was non-graphic, unlike most of your videos. Lord Jesus, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not speaking to a godly, mature daughter, but a equivalent everyday hothead that pounces when you don't agree with them. Facts. And furthermore, unlike those who have said your messages are too sexual, they are. That's not slander against you. Here I'm about to come to why I even, wanted to highlight this part. Y'all ready for this? This we gonna get down to the nitty gritty with this part right here. This is what I read. Now let me read it again. And furthermore, unlike those who have said your messages are too sexual, they are. That's not slander against you. Here it goes. Y'all ready? Here it go. Hearing your messages, personally, my spirit cringes. Let me stop right there. I ain't gonna do this to him, but I'm gonna just generalize it with anybody. Everybody knows what that chalkboard screeching across the chalkboard, that chalk screeching across the chalkboard or whatever sound gives you a that cringy, tightening, cringy feeling in your ears when you hear it. When a cornball gets loud, when a cornball says corny stuff like I did, man, I ain't gonna use the person I'm thinking of. I'll just use the person that I did a video about. When Marquisha did that, you know what I mean, that introduction in one of my videos describing when Adam 22 walked out of the 8 and the beginner, the lake and the swimmer, the steak and the dinner, the saint and the sinner, him, that dude. Yeah, when cornballs get weird and start talking, it's out of the will of God for me to even hear them talk. Like, it doesn't agree with my spirit. I cringe when they have, Lord, you almost made me say about, man, oh my God. The dude that I'm thinking about, he says something, and when he starts changing his voice up and start talking loud and saying, oh God, I cringe. I just cringe. I cringe. Something that makes your soul cringe is unpleasant. So this is the spirit that's coming across. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just gonna kick down the door with it. When Ringo started yelling the other day, that made me cringe. That's why I really had to come through and kick the door down. I was like, wait a minute, all that yelling, not like, yo, that just bothered me. That's what I was thinking about and talking about. I ain't gonna go no further than that. Shout out to you, Ringo, but that's just the way I feel, bro. That all that weird yelling and cussing, that junk be cringy. That's cringeworthy and it's whack to me. You know what I mean? But shout out to you. Don't mean that you ain't dope and you ain't no legend. But yeah, come on, man. Anyway. So, yeah. When somebody says something like that, that means that's how you're coming across. So when you're getting these graphic details and, what cheek and how he opened up the cheeks of a 6-month-old baby, like, what's wrong with you? You could have left all of that out. Like, don't nobody want to hear that. Even about the udder that just made me want to throw up. But you'll get right up on camera and say this graphic detail stuff. You would. You'll sit. We about to get in all the way into it. We're gonna be here all night. Now hold on. Let me read that. And furthermore, unlike those who have said your messages are too sexual, they are. That's not slander against you. Here we go. Hearing your messages, personally, my spirit cringes. And I have to quickly turn you off. So respectfully, it's called protecting my gates. Oh my God. Here it is. She want to justify by invading and kicking down your gates and making your walls fall down like the walls of Jericho, man. By the sound of her voice that's cringy to the walls of Jericho where they fall down. With these graphic, illicit, and explicit details she gives in every single sexual, explicit message that she has from God. Oh, we about to get into it. It's hearing your messages personally, my spirit cringes and I have to quickly turn you off. So respectfully, it's called protecting my gates. You ready for this? This is an example of what celestial now remember, celestial is from the heavens, a celestial body. This is what this girl says out her mouth. Here's an example. Protecting my gates. You talking about a grown man sticking his genitals inside of a baby. People can and will produce images that I shouldn't have to take captive while hearing from a prophet, I think. I'm going to read that again. Cause we about to now we're here now. We here. We done arrived at the first stop. Oh my God. Y'all don't know how deep that was, but I'm about to take you there. Let's read that again. You talking about a grown man sticking his genitals inside of a baby. People can and will produce images that I shouldn't have to take captive while hearing from a prophet. I think it's very dangerous for you. No, very dangerous for the flesh to put the sexual images you describe into people's gates. Now, unlike you, I can say that and feel that and still love you as a sister I thought you were. Now let's unpack that. Y'all ready for this? You talking about a grown man sticking his genitals inside of a baby can and will produce images that I shouldn't have to take captive while hearing from a prophet. What does she mean by taking captive? Let's get into it. Let's see. What do you mean by taking captive? What? What are you talking about? Could she be talking about this? Could she be talking about this? Could she be talking about this? Let's look. 2 Corinthians 10:4-6 in King James Version. 4th verse. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. 5. Casting down imaginations. Lord have mercy. And every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Let's read the 5th verse again. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Let's ponder on that one real quick. Casting down imaginations. You know why she had to turn her off from her putting in her mind the image of a grown man sticking his genitals in a baby's? Because that's an exaltation. That was not there in her mind before you spoke. That exalted itself against the knowledge of God. You said God imparted that knowledge or information to you. Why would God impart information to you which would lead to your information turns into an imagination that needs to be cast down? And now you yourself, because of you, Celestial, they have to bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. You are the one who put that imagination in their mind that they now have to cast down. Why? Because that imagination exalts itself as a high thing against the knowledge of God, not from the knowledge of God. Ooh, this is some cold wisdom. This is some cold wisdom. This is the true anointing, the gift of God. This is the gift of prophecy and breaking down. Not what you on. Not giving this explicit and graphic details of everything was transpiring because you exalted yourself as if God has imparted this information to you so you can heighten and magnify the power of sin and the lives of these elite people or people in the closet, or like he's giving you a peekaboo show. God did not. If God didn't impart that information to you, who did? Ringo was right. It got to be according and on one accord with the scriptures. I also agree with that. Oh yeah. And my sister, the warrioress. Oh yeah. She said, "Why should I have to cast this?" Let's read it. Let's go back. See, this is what this is called. Deleted material Celestial doesn't want her followers to see. All right. Let's see. Let me read that again. I told you we arrived here. We here now. Hearing your messages personally, my spirit cringes. Why is a prophet making somebody's spirit cringe? What and how are you doing it? With graphic details. That's how you're doing it. And I have quickly turned I have to hearing your messages personally, my spirit cringes, and I have to quickly turn you off. So respectfully, it's called protecting my gates, the eye gates and the ear gates. She has to protect them. Look, this is some cold wisdom right here. You talking about a grown man sticking his genitals inside of a baby. People people can and will produce images that I shouldn't have to take captive while hearing from a prophet. Boy, this woman is anointed. This woman right here, that's anointing for you to break that down like that. And it's just as anointing for me to take where you got that from out of the Bible. Let's go back. Oh, we here now. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but look, now we got to implement spiritual weaponry to guard our gates. This is what? Not a gun, not a knife. No. What you just put in our minds, this is what we got to use. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Don't you know that could be a stronghold in somebody's life? What you just put in their head? 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Wait a minute. Exalt itself against the knowledge of God. You said you obtained this knowledge from God. That needed to be, that once he imparts it to you, it needs to be cast down, because that image can be fortified into a stronghold. That now we need our weapons of our warfare, which are not carnal, but now we have to use mighty spiritual weapons to cast them down. But who put them there? You said God put them there. Ooh, my sister. My sister. Oh, let me get another one. I got one for y'all. Let me get this one. Let me get this one. Uh-oh. Let's get this one. Oh, no. But no. That ain't enough. That ain't enough. Let's get this one. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. This is the topic. This is the topic. We were dealing with false prophets. Man. And to think that I actually defended her yesterday. Oh, hey, it was all good just a week ago. Funny how 24 hours can change. Stand up. Now you sit down and no. No. Let's start at the 13th verse. 2 Corinthians, what is it? 2? No, 11 and 13. No, let's start with 12. But what I do, that I will do, that I may cut off occasion from them which desire occasion, that wherein they glory, they may be found as even as we. For 13, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. 14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. 15, therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. Let me tell y'all something. The scriptures have pronounced this woman as a false prophet. Oh, yeah. Y'all saw the other image? Hold on. I think I took it. Hold on. Let me see. This is who she used to be. Hold on. Oh, it didn't take it. But take a look at this. You see her with the prayer shawl on her head? She's masquerading herself as a prophetess of Christ. She got the attire. She got the look. She got the prayer shawl. She got the master's voice. What master? Who in the world is showing her these graphic, satanic, devilish images? Who do you think, if to where it makes people cringe, and now they got to cast down the imagination with itself against the knowledge of God and bring into captivity the obedience of Christ? Who gave her them images that you got to cast down? I'm going to tell you, the voice of her master. This chick is a witch. Oh, I said it. Yes, she is. She's worse than Juanita Bynum. She's worse than Paula White and Joyce Meyer. with these graphic, and she's definitely in error. And you hear the venom in her response when you disagree with her. See, ye shall know them by their fruits. The fruit of what she was saying is people cringing and having to turn her off. There's a movie called Sound of Freedom that they're making this blog about, that had nothing but strong innuendos, and it's about the actual topics that she be claiming that Most High is giving her a backstage pass to see at the Eyes Wide Shut convention at the Bohemian Grove, that she somehow got spiritually invited to with a ticket and all that for the events, and watching the whole thing go down, the closet room and everything. Seeing what this politician is doing and what that actress is doing and what that singer is doing and what this billionaire is doing. She's right there in the mix, recording with her golden pen out and prayer shawl. She the only she the only one there with a prayer shawl on, recording this stuff. Man, hey, I didn't ever think I can get God. It happens to the best of us, and I'm one of them. And I ain't bragging, but it takes a lot to get me. But if you do get me, by the grace of God, He ain't gonna let you get me for long. It ain't even been take but 24 hours, and this is after 1,007. See this, I got so many views off that one video. I want to see how many I get off of this one. Come on, let's read this.
Her original first response, because she has totally re-edited into a whole different post of insults. And she goes into, she replies again saying, "In time warriors, I would have written full in bolded caps, but I have restraint." And I think that I have restraint. And
look, she went even harder. She went even harder. Now let me read what she didn't read. I'm gonna show you. She got a mouthpiece. She do. This celestial woman, but it's full of venom and dead man's bones. Ringo, you was right. Y'all was right. I was wrong. Y'all was right. Because the old me, I'm a honey badger for real. I would have bit her head off, straight up and down. Like, you ain't talking to me like that, girl, because I come over there and snatch that prayer shawl and that wig out your head right in front of Africa, South Africa, West Africa, Ghana, and everybody. And whooped your behind in front of everybody and made you get in line. That's a Jezebel spirit. That's Jezebel. You should know them by their fruit. Let's read this. End time warriors. See, I would have written fool in bolden caps, but I have restraint. Lord, have mercy. So she didn't even tone down the insults. She increased them. You did not disagree. You wrote a shaming diatribe. Now, who in the world use words like this? You got to be articulate. And this is how she gets a lot of her viewers. Because I said she got a cold mouthpiece. She do. Her articulation is immaculate. And I see where she gets it from. She get it from her father. John 8:44. Y'all read it. Y'all find out who her father is. You wrote a shaming diatribe. No, she didn't. Flinging disdain on what I do here. Uplifting your view of what God has me saying here as graphic sexual content. As this were some cheap porn stop your fancy shoes happen to stumble on. if I ever so much as see another stub of vowel from you, ma'am, you will be rooted to silence for the last 2 or 3, whatever. Hold on. Now let's see what she says. This is my girl right here. She said in Time Warriors, I do not want love from people who likes to mellow down sin. The fault. Oh, is this her? No, this is her. This is Celestial talking about, I do not want love from people who like to mellow down sin. The false church has love all over its sticky fingers. They want to touch everything with their view of love and defile people all over the place with that insincerity. As I said, if you hurry, you can catch Elmo. I should not have edited that. It was fitting. Your quote unquote love shall go down with you. Shall go with you, not down with you. Shall go with you right to the nest under your roof, along with the false retraction that what you wrote above is respectful. Lord, have mercy. That's some venom in that. That's venom. That's venomous. This woman is full of asp and bitter. She is. I remember her saying this. This one, it probably was the aha moment when she said something about when guys look at her or something like that, and they look at her face and she says, what are you looking at? Are you an optometrist or something? Whatever the people are that do eye exams or whatever. Are you an optometrist? Why are you looking at my eyes? I was like, dang. So if a nigga try to holler at you, that's what you gonna tell him? See, because you'll say something like that to a P like me and get the smacked out of you. Real language, real talk. Because we don't tolerate witches and bitches like you. We don't. Excuse my language, but yeah, we don't tolerate that. This is what's going on. Mind you, I told y'all to beware of her yesterday, as if she was anointed of God, anointed and appointed of God. I used those words. She is not anointed and appointed of God. Her father got a calling on her life, and it's very deceitful, because you would think that, at first glance, you'll think that she's really coming down on sin. No, she's introducing you like the law does. Like those of y'all talking about the law can save you. No, it's just introducing you to it and letting you know what it is outright. No grace, no. This chick ain't got no grace, no mercy bone in her body. She's just like them Pharisees that ready to put Mary Magdalene out of her misery, and they got more sins than a little bit. They got more issue than tissue. She one of them. How come all of her content is sexual? Were you involved in this stuff? Why is it always in the anal? Do you like anal sex? Like, it'll make you start thinking that now. Why is semen everywhere? Is that what's going on in your body? And I ain't talking about it as if it is, but what's going on? Why are you putting these images in our head? We don't want them. Even right now, me even saying that, like I'm sounding like you. I don't want to sound like you. I don't want to talk like that. Dang, man, I feel bad for sticking up for you. Should I have no mercy for you? Should we throw you in the pit of hell, in the lake of fire right now? For you putting these images in our head like you Mrs. Professor Xavier? Nah, you a mutant. You Jean Grey? You the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix? Who are you? Who are you? Why are your numbers so large? How did my numbers get from struggling barely nothing to 1,700 views the very next day. How did that happen? What kind of hold you got on people? Man, I ain't even really want to do all of this long. But it got to go down, sister. You got to go down. What's up with you? Who are you? Where you come from? You didn't come from the celestial realm. And if you did, what part of the celestial realm you came from? I thought you was real. I thought you was one of us because you talked about flat earth. I was like, oh yeah, I'm in with her. God spoke to her when she said the earth was flat. I was like, yeah, that's true because that's biblical. NUBREED and them call themselves global truth. I was like, that's a lie. The world is not a globe. But shout out to him. But he just incorrect on that part. But he was correct and Ringo was correct about you. I was wrong. Girl, should we not have mercy on you? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to have mercy on you. We're going to pray for you after this rebuking service. You got to get this work. You got to get your behind whooped. You better change that content. Look, you better change that content and change it that right fast. Or the Most High will come visit you in all your explicitness and shutting your channel down. That's a prophecy for your behind. You done pissed me off. You got me. You got me. That's seduction. Girl, don't play with me. Let's go.
She replies again saying, "End time warriors, I would have written fool in bolded caps, but I have restraint." And I think that's all I'm gonna write, but I screenshotted these posts. Thank God I did, because there was a comment that is no longer there from a Christine Barbeau 3191 that also chimed into the conversation and said, "Gee, I thought," talking to me specifically, but she said, "Gee, I thought your comment was done with respect, and I'm really shocked to see Sister Celestial reply and not in kind or with respect. I'm a new subscriber. I don't know if you two have argued before. Shalom." And I screenshotted that because I was screenshotting everything just in case. But that comment from her is no longer there.
These who have taken these are a set. So it is a great set. And then from among them, so out of their midst, out of this great number, millions of millions of millions, will arise those who, when perhaps the word is triggered, or when coming into contact with whatever is going to activate what they carry, it is those who changed, excuse me, please. It is those who changed and manifested this reanimate. He says that they do hunt on their own, so you can count on encountering a lone reanimate. People ask questions like, should we kill them? And my answer is, honestly, what do you think? If you were to come across a rabid dog or a wolf in the woods, and it's the dog or you, doesn't matter that this particular dog stands upright and looks like your Uncle Matthew.
Whoa. Let's read this. The thief, quote, Satan comes to steal and kill and destroy. The thief, Satan, is the counterfeit hireling, not the true shepherd, Jesus. Can you be honest with yourself and honestly ask yourself, who is possessing Celestial? Let me answer that. Let me answer that. Let me answer that. Let me answer that. Let me answer that real quick. Let me answer that. John 8:44, King James Version. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. That's who's possessing Celestial. Man, from the celestial realm. Isn't that a trip? Ain't that something? He was a murderer from the beginning. Yeah, blow Uncle Willie away because he took the vaccine. Now he's a zombie that still looks like your uncle. Who is this girl? Who is this girl? Uh-oh. For such men are false apostles, deceitful workers. Didn't I just read this? Masquerading as apostles of Christ. 14. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. 15. It is not surprising then if his servants masquerade as servants of righteousness. Their end will correspond to their actions. That's a different version, but yes. I just read that. Oh, this is going to be a long night for you, sister. Oh, it's going to be rough for you. Oh, yeah. You got the wrong one. Now I'm on your... I'm a honey badger. I don't play. You done... Girl... Lord, y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. But the Most High done stirred me up against this type of stuff. These type of people. Because she got me. And it's very difficult to get me. I ain't gonna lie. Now we gonna get into it. We really gonna get into it now. What my man Drew Bloom, I said I wasn't ready for him. But I may not get to all of his content because it's already late and I'm already tired. But I got to get it in a little bit. Let's go. Come on, Drew Bloom. Let's go. Come on, let's get to it. Come on. Wait. Come on. Come on, man.
I am the violet flame, to light alone I bow.
And don't challenge the fire that comes out.
Soon I'll deal with you, saith God. Make no plans to die.
All right. Well, yeah, technical problems. I had to restart this. So hopefully everybody kind of figured this out and they're jumping over right now. So, I wonder what's going on here. So welcome everybody. Today is the, September 3rd of 2023, and hope you all can hear me okay. That was very strange. I started the other live stream and then it errored out. I don't think it's ever errored out like the way that it did. So, excuse me, pretty amazing. But we fear not, because we serve the Lord Jesus Christ in truth and sincerity. And so tonight, as everybody's rejoining, we're going to be talking about Celestial over at the Master's Voice. I guess it's the Master's Voice Prophecy blog. And I've had a lot of requests on this, and I'm happy to be obedient to the Word of God, 1 John 4:1, and to test the spirits to see indeed if they are of God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world, and I'm paraphrasing. And Celestial is no different, and that's one of the things that I'm very happy to do as we wait for everybody to join, is to do that, because false prophets are bullies. False prophets rule by fear. The probably the world's most popular false prophet was Muhammad, and he ruled just that way. Of course, his was to the absolute extreme, to include robbing caravans and killing people, and then all throughout his fake ministry, establishing his cult, which grew clearly worldwide for the last 1400 or so, 1500 years. And so, but now we've got social media, and so we're gonna be looking at Celestial tonight, who I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer out as I get started. Now, first I want to say this isn't going to be the typical Sunday night live stream. This is not going to be the typical Sunday night live stream. I'm not going to do any prayer per se, personal prayer tonight. The reason is I've been bogged down with work all week, and I've been traveling an insane amount of miles. And I think last week I said I was going to try to get this video. I was going to do a video originally on Celestial, and I was gone all week. And I was leaving at 7 a.m. and getting home at 9 p.m. And so I just didn't have time to do it. And so I said, well, Lord, and do it as a live stream. So I prayed about it and said, yeah, let's do it as a live stream. And we'll try to get on to do another live stream this week, Lord willing. But let's do this as a live stream. And so that we're doing this as a live stream, let me put this out because this is different than any other expose that I've ever done. And so here's what I want to let you know before I start here. What you're going to hear tonight is extremely graphic. Extremely graphic.
Do you know let me say this. Do you know that's the common theme about everybody who hears you, or anybody that hears her? Yes, Celestial, I'm talking to you. Do you know, you're aware of this. Where in the world did you come from? You talking about the Marine Kingdom and all of that. Is that where you from? You talking about mermaids and all that type of weirdo crap, you know what I mean? Nephilim and all that. Is that where you from? Because why is this the reoccurring theme when people bring your name up? What's going on with you? You one of them African voodoo priestess? Are you one of them? Like, what's your background down there in Africa? We know y'all into some weird stuff down there. Mandu magic and all. We know about y'all. Here it is. You in New York City. Man. Don't let me find out you the devil's advocate. You Delroy Lindo's daughter from the devil's advocate. Nah. Why everybody talking about how graphic you are? Like, you more graphic than Jason and Freddie and Jason's verse Freddie put together. Are you Jason and Freddie's relative? What's going on, man? Come on.
This is your warning. if you are not able to stomach these types of things, and the types of things that I'm talking about is sexual in nature, violent, disturbing, I would even go as far as to say unhinged and certainly unbiblical. But what you're going to hear tonight is actually shocking. So this is a verbal warning to the listener. Graphic content. Graphic content. If you have children, no, this is not for children. No children must watch this.
Here it is. She claims she's out to save the children. But people got to put parental advisory stickers on their computer before, and on their speakers before you begin to do your live stream on your master voice platform. What master? Who's your master? It ain't show enough, is it? It's show enough ain't the Most High. Why are people saying this about you? They ain't never said this about not one of the prophets in the Bible. Never. You ain't hear Isaiah talking about what they did at those at Molech's temple. What cheek was spreaded? What baby got hit? No. They spared us the details. Man, I can't believe I stood up for you. Girl, you lucky I ain't the person I used to be, because I run up on you and it'll be clobbering time. For real. Clobbering time. I'll become rock hard like the Thing. It's clobbering time. Hulk smash. And I ain't talking about hitting it either. Dang, a real live soothsayer, a real live witch is before us in an angelic apparel. Man, I can't believe it. Like, I can, but I can't. I ain't never... Look, I said this yesterday. I've never seen nothing like you. I've never seen nothing like you. And now I'm going to say the same thing today, but on the negative side. I ain't never seen nothing like you. Juanita Bonham ain't got nothing on you. Nothing. Paula White and them dress it up better than you. Joyce Meyer and them dress it up better than you. At least we got to put a mirror up to them like in the Devil's Advocate for them to change faces. And you can see the devils that they become in the mirror. But you? No. No. Lord, have mercy. Come on.
I would even say parental discretion is no. There is no parental discretion because you should not have children watching this at all. That's how bad it is. Under any circumstance. So again, you've been warned. This is graphic content. So why do I do this? Well, a lot of emails, a lot of messages, even a lot of other channels who have called me out to defend Celestial as an authentic prophet. That's why. That's why I'm doing this, because I'm going to prove to you tonight that not only is she not a prophet of God, I actually question whether she's even a Christian. I would have to say at this point, no. That's how bad this material is. But I'm bringing this forward because I'm going to try to follow my notes here.
Wait a minute. This is an hour and 25 minutes long, and I'm going to be stopping it and starting it. I don't even know how long I'm already into the video, but let me just say this. I don't know if I want to skip, to certain things that she said, but because it's so long. But yeah, this is crazy. He's right about this. This is the video that really woke me up. All of those were appetizers. That was the salad bar. We are now at the buffet table. We are at the buffet. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We at the buffet now. We just left the salad bar and the appetizers. We at the buffet. Here it is. Let's go.
One of the most disturbing aspects of what you're going to hear tonight will be those, even after they hear this, they will still follow Celestial and consider her a true prophet. Because that's where we are in the end times. It's 2 Timothy 4:3. They will be in denial because people want to believe in fantasy.
Let me tell you something, man. What he just said is very scary. Do you know how I feel? Y'all don't know. I feel like an idiot. I feel stupid, even though I know this is it's possible to even deceive even the elect. Now, due to the grace of God, not because I'm so smart and or that I have a highly gift of discernment, whatever. But no, it just goes to show you how powerful the grace of God is. The grace that it doesn't even live up underneath that prayer shawl of hers. Grace and mercy don't live there. You go there knocking on her door for grace and mercy. She said they buried in the Compton, the New York cemetery, down the street. Oh, they died. Both of them died last week. We buried them both last week in the Brooklyn and the Bronx cemetery. Yeah, but don't go over there. There's rats over there. There are rat infested cemetery over there. Yeah, that's her. Grace and Mercy been buried in the New York cemetery where she lives. Came all the way from Botswana with this garbage. Oh, I feel so stupid. Man, Ringo, y'all can roast me, clown me. I deserve it. And I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all can go in. I ain't gonna say nothing. Man, let's try to get through this.
But I will put this as plainly as I can. Anyone who thinks this woman is even a Christian, let alone a holy prophet of God, after hearing this, well, I have to say this very delicately, but you're sick. You're sick. That's how bad this is.
You know what? That's an indictment on me. I ain't including nobody on else. If I was to continue to think that this woman was a prophet for whatever reason after I heard what this man had to say, yeah, I would be sick. See, because a lot of the content I didn't hear. I didn't do my due diligence. I only heard a few of them where she got a little bit graphic, but what she pointed out here, I didn't know she said. And some of it I did know she said, but it didn't dawn on me. That she said this in this way. It didn't dawn on me. We gonna get into it. I'm debating on whether I should skip through it since it's gonna be so extensive in its footage. But let's see. Come on.
So because you guys know, I've done many reviews of potential prophets, right? In other words, following 1 John 4:1, testing, which when you test a prophet, you're going through hours and hours, sometimes days of material. You're listening to hours and hours and hours of, messages and videos and so on and so forth, in order to properly get, the information. And so I can tell you, after listening to her for hours and hours and hours, this was one that I had to say enough. I couldn't stomach her anymore. This is how bad it was. It affected me emotionally. It was the most, out of anybody that I've ever reviewed, it's the most disturbing. And trust me, when I get to this, and please have patience, I'm going to get to it.
I ain't gonna lie, it affected me too. I was so afraid to look at it. Look, it hit me in an adverse way. Because it just, you know how it hit me? It made me not want to commit any sins anymore, which was good. And I still want to be like that. But I was very rigid. Now, that means you ain't supposed to be loose and committing sins like that. But the grace of the Most High had me like that to where it didn't affect me. But it is now. When I woke up, I was like, wait a minute. That is disgusting. or I didn't hear that part on those moments. She said, what? This is how I was throughout this video. Like, wait a minute. She did. Man, y'all ain't ready. I may have to skip through this because this is long. This is extensive. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let me see how far I can get into it.
I had to end this early. All my listening. I didn't care if there was any more evidence. I couldn't listen to it anymore. My spirit couldn't take the filth of what I was hearing. And then to think that this woman attributes these so-called prophecies to God, unbelievable. Now, I'm going to start here in 60 seconds, but I want to make an announcement here. And this is, I just want to make this really quick. If you like what I do and you want to support me, I sure would appreciate that. You can find the links in the description box. Now, I get quite a few messages and emails of people saying, you know, Drew, you should come to Pennsylvania. They're having a such and such prophet.